Hello everyone. So today we'll discuss about the MOSFET characteristic. Okay. So to understand the MOSFET characteristic, we need to make some test cases to understand the overall things how MOSFET work and what is the VI characteristic. That's it. So the first thing that we need, okay, let's change the marker. So the first we need to swap VGS voltage. So you can note it down. We need to swap the input voltage and then we measure the VDS current. The second, we swap the VDS voltage. We swap the VDS voltage and then we measure the ID current. Okay, so let's remove all the things. So this is the simple NMOS device. So I am applying the VDS voltage between the drain and source terminal. Second, I am applying the VGS voltage between the gate and source terminal. So this is the input voltage I have applied. Then this is the ID current. And what is the direction of the ID current? Drain to source. So this is the direction of the current. Okay. So what was the first point? The first point was we will swap the VGS voltage and we will measure the ID current, right? So I will directly make the plot VGS and this is the ID current. So I will swap the VGS voltage. So it can be 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. And what will be the respective ID current. So this is the output current and this is the VTH. So we can say that if VGS voltage is less than VTH, then ID will be 0. As simple as that. Using the graph we can easily say that. Second point, some of you might be thinking about how I knew this curve, or I directly just draw the curve. So how I know what are the values and how should I know all these things. So the very simple practice that we have already done in our school days, like I will take one ammeter, okay, and I will connect between the drain and source. So ammeter give the current value based on the voltage, VGS voltage, and then we will take out the ammeter current value like this based on the swapping voltage. This is how we can plot the ID current and then we draw the line. That's how we will get this curve, as simple as that. So yeah, using the ammeter you also can draw the same plot. Let's move. Yeah, second more thing, the gate current. Gate current is that this value should be 0 in all the cases. And why? Because this is the open circuit. The same thing we already discussed in the last lecture. Now move to the second point. What was the second point? We swap the VDS voltage. So this is the VDS, this is the ID current, IDS. So this will be the current value for the different set of VDS value. Yeah. So actually I made 3 lines for the different VGS value. Like for the VGS1, this will be the curve. For VGS2, this will be the curve, and VGS3, this will be. So based on the VGS value, ID will draw the curve, right? Let's think this is 1 milliampere. So for the VGS1, the maximum value will be 1 milliampere, but for the VGS3, and suppose this is 1 volt, this is 3 volt, and this is also 3 milliampere. So I think now this is very much clear. Like if I apply 1 voltage, then maximum current value will be 1 milliampere, and this is the point. After this point, the current equation is almost independent of the VDS current voltage. Like if in case I am just taking the random value, doesn't matter. If it is 5 volt, then after the 5 volt, the current value will be constant. It will not change anymore. So this is the characteristic, and in this case I called it saturation. Now this is the saturation value of the current. It will not change anymore. If even although I give the 100 volt, same, the current will be 1 milliampere, because this is almost the flat region. This is flat, so no more change in the current value. And that region, this one, this we called triode, and in this region it is almost the linear region. Almost, I am not saying it is absolutely linear or non-linear. It's somehow it's behave like a linear region. So this is we call triode, and this is called the flat or saturation. Saturation is the technical value. In this case, actually, this is not the absolute flat. This is something like this. It is a weak function of the VDS. In the saturation region, the ID current is function of VGS and VDS. This. So absolutely, it's a strong function of VGS, but it is weak function of the VDS in saturation region. So these are the 2 points. The current equation, this is the first equation you can write. For the different values of VGS, the how ID will affect or how ID will change. So these are the simple things. Second, like this is VGS, I already discussed, and this is IDS. This is the ID current. Then some of you may be thinking about what is the equation of the current. So current equation is ID is equal to K VGS minus VTH whole square. So I am just rubbing that the above equation, which is function 1. So ID is a function of VGS and the VDS. VDS is the weak function. So I am just making one more block to identify. So K times VGS minus VTH ka whole square. Then what is K? So K values totally depend on the MOSFET parameters like width, length, and so on, some other factors also. So I am not talking about right now K, just take it any constant value. So in the next lecture or maybe furthermore, we will discuss what is the K and how can we modify the current equation. There are so many complications that we are not talking about in this lecture. This is a very simple representation of the VGS swap and the VDS swap, how we can draw the current and all, and only 2 voltage VGS and VDS. So this is a simple thing. I think you already got the point. Okay, thank you.